And every human knows deep down inside that there's truth in this, because almost everyone has had a brief experience of some type of unlimited consciousness. You know, some moment in church or walking through the thing or when this or the birth of or whatever, where they did expand out from, you know, their limited consciousness. I feel like that's true. And so hence we have all this history and the religions and people talking about these experiences. And people are, somehow something inside of them knows this is true, I believe. Or they probably never, it's very hard for them to get to that state because this consciousness is drilled into them from the day they're born.
Yeah, the thing is, like I said earlier, if you are entrapped in your perception by this AI mind program, you're in this world and you are of this world. But while you are decoding this reality, you couldn't be here without the body decoding this reality, but you are also tapped into consciousness beyond the simulation. You are in the world, but you are not of the world. And that's the difference between awakening and fast asleep. And to transform our self-identity from this to that changes everything. And you know, once you tap into those expanded levels of awareness beyond the simulation, for reasons I've explained, but there are others, is founded on fear. The human race is consumed by fear. It's frightened of everything because that is leading it to fear. It's programmed to fear. But when you self-identify as consciousness, you realize that whatever's happening here in this brief experience, although you can repeat it if you get on the reincarnation cycle, it's another bloody trap. You realize that you are a point of attention that is experiencing forever, eternally. And thus, what AI mind would fear, because it wants you to fear, what are the consequences of me doing this? Oh my God, oh my God. This always does what it knows to be right. And to contemplate consequences is to contemplate not doing what you know to be right. Therefore, this will never do that. It will just do what it knows to be right. Consequences will take care of themselves, and often the consequences you feared don't manifest. So everything changes. You know, if you suddenly, when you know that you are experiencing forever, eternally, the fear of leaving your body as a consequence of doing what you know to be right, it's irrelevant. Okay, well, I'll go somewhere else then. I'll get out of this shithole. That's all right, no problem. But I'm going to do what I know to be right. And that's what's changed. That's what's brought down every tyranny. Well, tyranny within the simulation. The whole simulation is a tyranny of itself. But every tyranny in what we call history, there's a lot more to know about that as well, has been brought down by self-respect, refusing to concede self-respect, and refusing not to do what you know is right. That's what's brought down every tyranny in history. Others may follow that, but the initial people that start the process of the tyranny being dismantled are those that say, my self-respect is not for sale. I will not acquiesce to my own enslavement, my kids' enslavement. And I am going to do what I know to be right. And what I know to be right is I'm not acquiescing to you buggers, right? And the other two mentalities, I talked about them last night, that have been responsible for every tyranny in history, is number one, just does what authority tells it without question. What does that? Astral AI mind. Then you've got group number 2, astral AI mind, but becoming a bit more conscious, that says, I don't really want to do it, but what are the consequences of me not doing it? So I better do it anyway. Those two mentalities have been responsible for every tyranny in history, because fascism, communism, tyranny is never brought in by fascist communists and tyrants. There's never enough of them. Just as there's not enough now, they're brought in by the population acquiescing to the tyrants through unquestioning acquiescence, or acquiescing to the tyrants through fear of not acquiescing. And group number 3, they're the awakening ones that say, I can see it, I can see what you're doing, I'm not cooperating. And as that number gets bigger, and it is getting bigger, then the house of cards starts to unravel. But to know the big picture, and I'm not finished yet. There's so much more to know, there's always more to know. But the picture I've talked about here, knowing that gives you a completely different perspective of the world and self. And thus, from that perspective, from that perception, you see the world in a totally different way. And group number 1, less group number 2, but still a bit, will think you're mad and crazy and give you historic levels of ridicule. But if you keep going, because you don't care about that, what they tell you about you. There's some magical knowledge to know that will truly, truly set us free. And we've come a long way from will Donald Trump win the next election.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.